So they're back to help to celebrate your graduation, and I'm just overwhelmed by them being here. So thank you guys.
Am I ready to rock and roll, Yusuf? Yeah? So, good evening everyone. Before we start, I want to begin with a round of applause. So would please all teachers, parents, carers, friends, just stand up for me. Come on your feet. Everyone. Come on your feet please everyone. Now I would like you to join me in congratulating and applauding your sons, daughters and pupils for their achievements over these past 5 years. You can sit back down now, thank you. Now it's your turn, students. Now I want all of you on your feet and I want you to applaud your family, friends and teachers. Come on your feet. Thank you everyone, thank you. Most of you have been here for 5 years. Some of you joined along the way. Some of you will stay for another 2 years, and some of you will move on elsewhere. But what truly matters is that you are all here today. And what matters even more than that is that you all deserve to be here, and you should be very, very, very proud of yourselves. My name is Salah. I graduated from Harrow High 5 years ago in 2013. Well, there's a picture of our graduation 5 years ago, just to prove that I've actually been here. And I just finished my second year of studying medicine at the University of Leeds. I know it's a pretty vain picture, but couldn't help myself. I find what I do challenging, interesting, stimulating and very, very rewarding. And I think it's very, very important that you too find something that you are truly, truly passionate about and that you don't settle for any less. It's been 5 years since I left, you know, and I've learned a lot, grown a lot, been challenged a lot, succeeded a lot, thankfully. But more importantly, I think I failed a lot. And like I said, these years have been full of ups and downs for myself. And today I want to share some advice with you and share the kind of things I would want to share with my year 11 self. If I had a time machine, I could go back in time. So one of the first messages that I want to give you is I want you to be bold. I'll explain. I want you to be bold. I want you to be unapologetically ambitious, and I need you to be courageous, and I need you to be assertive in what you do. You are all young, bursting with potential, and all possess the ability to make this world a better place. I remember, Sonil, come back out. Come on. I remember being sat outside English block with these guys, year 11, during exam time, and we're just thinking about what's next. What are we going to do next? What has life got in store for us now? What will happen when results, are released in August? And these are the kind of questions that were flashing our minds, essentially. Sonil, he wanted to become an engineer. Yusuf, he wanted his own filmmaking and photography business. Omar, well, I'm not sure he's here or not, but he wanted to become a pharmacist, and I wanted to become a doctor. But there were many that weren't quite sure what they wanted to do. And that's completely fine. I'd rather you wait until you're 100% sure as to what you want to do, instead of being pushed and ushered into a career you won't enjoy. We were bold in our choices, we were bold in our dreams, we were bold in what we did, and I need you to be just as bold, if not more so. The second piece of advice that I want to share with you is you have to believe in yourself. You really have to believe in yourself. I need you to believe in yourself because it's simple. If you don't believe in yourself, then who will? If the whole world believes in you, but you don't believe in yourself, then you'll falter and you'll lose. But if you believe in yourself, despite or regardless of whether the world believes in you or not, you'll prevail and you'll win. Don't ever sell yourself short. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever second guess what you are doing and why you are doing it. And let's be honest. Let's be real. This world can be pretty cold sometimes. It can almost feel as though there's no hope left and that you are a hopeless case or a lost cause. Sometimes life puts you in positions where it is easier to give up than to continue to strive in what you are doing. It is sometimes easier to throw in the towel compared to continuing to work hard, continuing to battle, and continuing to pursue your goal. And I'm sorry to break it to you on this joyful day, but in life you will face rejections. All of you will. You will face people who will look you in the eye and say no. But that's okay. What matters is what you do after that. Are you type A? Are you the type who looks in the face of adversity and says, I'll be back, and I'll be stronger, I'll be better, I'll be smarter, and I'll be undeniably awesome. In fact, I'll be so good that next time you won't be able to say no to me? Or are you type B? Are you the one who, as soon as things don't go their way, you become hopeless, you lose motivation, you lose ambition, you lose spirit, that burning passion inside of you fades away, and guess what? Eventually you give up. Ask yourself, are you type A or are you type B? Okay, good. The beauty of this question is no one can answer it for you. Your teachers can't answer it for you, your friends can't answer it for you, your parents can't answer it for you. It is only you who can decide whether you're going to dig deep or give up. Now, one of the biggest determining factor between type A and type B individuals is simply the reason as to why you are doing things. It's as simple as that. Usually type A individuals, they have a stronger and better reason as to why they are doing things. Always make sure that your goal is not bigger than your reason. Always make sure that your reason is bigger than your goal. Why? Because when that's the case, you'll enjoy the journey towards your goal and you're more likely to achieve that goal. But if your reason is smaller than your goal, then I promise you you will falter at the first sight of fire. The third thing that I want to share with you is be determined. And there's a reason I underlined the word determined, because as a generation, determination is a concept, skill or characteristic that we have been criticized over and over and over again by our elders. Apparently we have it too easy, we have it too simple. Apparently everything's handed to us on a plate, but I don't think that's fair and I don't think that's true. And we need to be determined in proving our doubters wrong. I think that at this point it's very important for me to make the distinction between determination and motivation very, very clear, because I believe that we use them interchangeably and that the meanings are almost merged into one. So I put this quick table together. Motivation is a force, stimulus, influence, or incentive. It's an external want, it's temporary, and it fluctuates. Whereas determination is a firm or fixed intention to achieve a desired end. And it's an internal need, it's permanent, and it's constant. In short, motivation is garbage. And why is that? And there are three reasons why. It's an external want, it's temporary, and it fluctuates. Let me explain. When motivation is high, you find it easy to crack on. Even when things are difficult, you find it easy to crack on and get your work done and do the things that you're supposed to do. But what happens when motivation is low? When motivation is low, suddenly you will struggle. You will find it impossible to do the things you need to do, regardless of the task's importance, level of difficulty, or the upcoming deadlines you may have, if you rely on motivation, that is. But if you rely on determination, on the other hand, determination is when you stare yourself down in the mirror and you tell yourself, regardless of how I feel, regardless of who said what, I promise myself that I will get this done, and I'm a man or woman of my word, and I will do what I promise myself I will do. The next thing I want to talk about is this. Any takers, what is the most precious thing on earth? Sorry, gonna have to break it to you. I don't think it's you. Anyone else? Anyone? Love? I like that. I like that. Okay. Money? No, not money. Anyone else? Family? I heard family somewhere. Okay. I think it's time. It's time. It's time. Because the here and now is all we have. Time is one of the few things in life where once you've lost it, you're not able to get it back. Don't waste it with the wrong people. Don't waste it surrounded by negative emotions. Don't waste it living a stagnant life. Do not live the same life, the same year, 75 times and call it a life. It doesn't work that way. Invest in yourself. Invest into growing, invest time into developing your skills, invest time into reading books, invest time in those around you and those who you love. This quote, I believe it just epitomizes it all, is by Harvey Mackay, who said, "Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back." And the last piece of advice that I want to share with you, and I think this is very, very important, and if there's anything you take away from this talk, then I want it to be this. So please guys, listen up carefully. In life, not everything will go from A to B. Sometimes it will take you to Z first before it takes you back to B. And to give an example, I want to share my own story. I arrived in the UK when I was in year 9. I didn't speak a single word of English. I struggled a lot because I struggled to make friends, I struggled to communicate with people, I struggled to understand what was going on in lessons. But I still wanted to become a doctor. But I didn't speak the language, and I started a new educational journey in a new country. And I sort of gave up on my goal before I could even start working on it. But it was always at the back of my mind. One day in year 9, we were sitting in our living room with my parents, and my dad looks at me and he says, "Salah, what do you want to do?" He said to me, "What do you want to do?" And I looked back at him and I said, "Dad, honestly, I don't know." And he asked me a few times again, and I was kind of getting annoyed because he kept asking me. And I kept saying, "I don't know what I want to do, I don't know what I want to do." So then he looked back at me and he said, "Someone without a goal has no purpose in life." That one line single-handedly changed my perception of life, of my potential, of who I am and who I can be. I became almost obsessed with improving my grades, improving my English, improving my skills in general. I mean, every night I fell asleep with BBC radio in my ear, in the hope that I would catch a new word or a new phrase that I could use the very next day. And when I was confident enough, I'd use it in real life and I'd count it as a mini victory. Within 6 months, I was completely fluent. Year 11 came round and my mojo was back. I dared to dream once again. Medicine was very much the aim at this point. Not a dream, but an aim. Why is it a dream? Why is it an aim? Because an aim is a dream which you are working towards. And I graduated Harrow High with GCSEs, which would allow me to apply to medicine. Remember me talking about Z? About that fire and that bomb and the lightning there? For me, Z was AS, college, first year of college. I failed, and I failed so hard. My highest grade was like an E. And I kind of gave up once again. Then A2 came round and I decided to call that year comeback flow. In my head, year 2 of my college life, I guess, was called comeback flow. I retook all of my AS exams alongside my A2. That summer I sat 23 exams. I worked harder than I ever did, yet literally every single day I contemplated giving up. But every single day too, I convinced myself to keep going. A few weeks later, I opened up my results slip with confidence. Why? Because I had faith in myself. I had faith in the hard work and I had faith in the process. I got the grades I needed to apply for medicine, although that meant that I would have to spend a year longer getting there. I didn't fancy staying home for a year, so I went off to the University of Bradford and I did that clinical sciences program for a year, which would allow me to transfer to the University of Medicine, the University of Leeds, and study medicine there. So here I am. 2 days ago on Tuesday, I got my results for second year and I passed. And I want you to have faith in yourself just like I did. Because when I think back of who I was in year 9, that kid who in their first English lesson said Wednesday, I had to have faith in him to become who I am today. So that's my story, and these are the stories of who graduated alongside me 5 years ago.
Well, it's time to start the show. Lost my heart and lost my soul.
So, you've probably had enough of me talking to you right now. I've put a quick video together of some of the people who graduated with me 5 years ago from Harrow High. They want to talk to you about what they've done since, and some of them may have advice for you. So I hope you enjoy.
Hi guys, my name is Bianca and I left Harrow High School 5 years ago. I then went off to college and studied a 3-year course. I've done public services, and then I went to university and studied law for a year. I didn't like it, so I just left. And now I'm trying to join the Metropolitan Police or the British Transport Police.
My name is Sonil Zaki, and I was once a student at Harrow High School in the same year group as Salah. Smart guy, studying medicine, respect. So once I finished my high school, went ahead to Whitmore High School to complete my A-levels. After completing that, I decided to do engineering. So my field at the moment is chemical engineering, and I'm studying for a master's degree. I've completed 3 years so far, another 2 to go, and hopefully once I've completed that, trying to get to either oil and gas or pharmaceuticals.
Hi, I'm Omar. I did my GCSEs at Harrow High School, and then I did my A-levels and went on to study pharmacy at Durham University, which at the time was the 5th best university in the UK. So the thing I enjoy the most about my degree is the patient care and interaction involved, as well as giving me an opportunity to, study about medicines, how they're made and how it all relates back to patients. And on top of that, also do research and get involved in academia, which I also love a lot. So my best piece of advice for you guys is to literally follow your dreams and do not let anyone tell you that you cannot make it, because throughout my life I've been told by various people that I would not make it, but I believe that with enough drive and motivation, if you don't give up, you'll eventually get there. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Rene and I went to Harrow High School from year 8 all the way to year 11. So when I left high school, I wanted to be a clinical psychologist, so I studied health and social care at college. I did that for 2 years and realised it wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I went back to college and studied aviation, which I managed to get a level 3 extended diploma in. Once I was halfway through aviation, I managed to get a job as cabin crew. So I worked for an airline as well as doing college and still managed to graduate with a high grade. I left college and I changed my airline, so now I work for Thompson, also known as TUI, and in the next 2 years I plan to progress and maybe become a pilot. If I was to give anyone any advice, I'd say it's never too late to change your mind, because I went with something and I wasn't sure. I completed health and social care and realised, okay, this isn't really what I want to do. So I moved on to something else, and I've never been happier.
Hey guys, I'm Yusuf, friend of Salah, and I also graduated alongside him 5 years ago from Harrow High. I'm a filmmaker. For some reason I went and did business at the sixth form college, but guess what, that didn't work out for me. I then went to study media at West Herts College, and you'll never guess what, that didn't work out for me either. Message I'd like to give is that academic education isn't really for everyone. Education is important, but it can be gained in other ways, so don't necessarily give up if you don't feel that's right for you. If there's no route that you feel is already there, then go ahead, build your own route, and don't give up until you achieve your dreams. So good luck and have fun, I suppose, life.
Hi guys, my name is Surya. I joined Harrow High in year 10 and I continued to study at sixth form. I did A-levels at first, but my grades weren't that great. Then I continued to do BTech and I ended up doing a degree in law, which I have finished now, and I'll be doing my master's in Holland. I'll be doing it in international law, public international law, and I want to practice as a human rights lawyer and work for the Dutch Parliament. And I just want to tell you guys that if you just set yourself a goal and work hard towards it, you'll be able to achieve it no matter what, even though it seems very hard.
We'll go down itself.